Hey guys, Tyler Erzberger here of ESPN Esports, and today I'm joined by Blaber, now starter on Cloud9. It's been a long road. I remember when we were at scouting grounds like 3 years ago, Zabotine was bullying you because you were overconfident,
Yeah.
but now you're a starter officially.
Mhm.
How does it feel?
Feels super good to finally be able to play LCS. And I mean, not compete, I guess, with Sunskaren, which wasn't the best, but I'm just glad to be where I am now.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, going up against Scarin, like, it wasn't an easy, path, right? Like,
Yeah.
everyone knows you're skilled. Everyone I've talked to says you have tons of talent, but you're behind the MVP. You're behind arguably one of the best players in the league. So how was it competing against Scarin?
Um, I mean, I felt like I learned a lot just from playing with him, and watching him play, and talking to him about what we think is good, but not being able to start and not being able to play, because you learn the most when you play on stage. You make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. Also playing LCS scrims compared to academy scrims, I felt like I wasn't able to get that much just because I couldn't play LCS scrims, right? Or I couldn't play on stage, and make the mistakes that we need to improve. And also playing behind the MVP, like, it's very hard to actually get playtime just because of how good he's playing.
So what kind of was the tipping point? Because I mean, obviously you went to Worlds and you guys didn't have the best tournament. Do you think you versus him? I mean, obviously you got along, but did you think that both of you being starter caliber kind of hurt the team's dynamic a bit? Where both of you were good enough to start on a Worlds caliber team, but there's only one starting spot. Do you think that hurt you guys at all at Worlds?
I don't actually think me or him playing hurt us that much at Worlds. Regardless of who was playing, we weren't doing super well in scrims, versus like the top teams. So I don't feel like it hurt us that much. And me and Sven, like, we have somewhat similar styles. I mean, it's a bit different, but we both like to go through mid. I'm a bit more aggressive, and he's, just a bit smarter. So I don't feel like it hurt that much, but we definitely didn't want to do it again.
I mean, at Worlds last year, I mean, you went against Tarzan, you went against Yankos, and you showed no fear. And I think that's the one thing where everyone talks about you is that your greatest skill is that you're mechanically inclined, you're very good mechanically, and you have no fear. Just how was it going against Tarzan, going versus those top junglers? Did you have any fear? Did you have any doubt in your mind playing against those guys, or did you just feel like it was any other day?
I definitely didn't feel very much. I am kind of new, but I have played a lot. Like, that was my second time playing at Worlds. And I mean, for me myself, I'm really confident in my early game, no matter who I'm against. I think I'll be able to win. So to me, I just play my game, and I feel like I'll come out ahead.
So looking at C9 this year, what makes this team better than last year's team, in your opinion?
I feel like it's too early to say if I think this team will be better. Last year's team, we got to Worlds, right? We were super close to winning the championship. And it's hard because I didn't really play on last year's team either. Like, I could say I scrim, but I didn't play in playoffs. Stuff like that. But I think our ball lane's super strong. I think me and Niski are playing really well together, and I think that we can play just as well as him and Sven did as a mid jungle duo.
Just as a player, what are you looking on to improve from your point of view? Like, what do you think? Obviously, you're mechanically, you feel like you can beat people in the early game. What do you have to do this year to turn from that great prospect to that MVP caliber player like Svenskeren? What do you have to change, improve about yourself?
I think for me, it's just not overextending, I guess, or thinking more about a survival plan. I guess that's what Reaper says. Like, I make a lot of plays. I play really aggressive, but a lot of times I don't think about their counterplay or how I'm planning on surviving after making this play, and I kill myself a lot mid-game doing that, so that's something that I feel like I need to work on.
Looking at the teams right now, obviously there's TSM, C9, Team Liquid. I think those are the big three going in. What other teams have surprised you in scrims? What teams do you think can rise up from the bottom half of the league?
I think FlyQuest is a team that could potentially be pretty good. They're pretty strong, and they have pretty strong solos, and I think Centaurin's pretty good himself. So I think they'll be able to surprise the split.
And looking forward, obviously, now you're a starter, playing with Licorice and Niski, and then you brought a new bomb lane. What about Sven and Vulcan has really upped the team? Like, have you seen a difference in team dynamics with those two in the bomb lane?
Regarding team dynamics, me and Vulcan are both super aggressive players. So we make a lot of plays sometimes together, but a lot of times separately. And I think it lets us like gain more advantages, but it also could hurt us because if we're failing our plays, then I mean we're just losing out faster. And I mean Sven, he's just been super good in lane, and he talks a lot mid game about what we should be doing. So yeah, I think they've been playing pretty well with the team.
So obviously, when Sneaky was on the team identity was this trolly, fun kind of. You guys could lose 3 games in a row, but it's okay because you're Cloud9. You'd laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Sneaky gone from the team, what's kind of the identity you guys are kind of like trying to form, and who do you think is set up as the leader with Sneaky gone? Has it been Licorice? Has it been you? Who's becoming the most vocal person on the team now with Sneaky out?
Well, with Sneaky around, the atmosphere was always like more fun, but I think it was still serious. Like he was always very serious about we need to do this correctly, we need to win. Like we should be taking practice seriously. I mean, obviously everyone does, right? But I think Sven's a lot more serious than I guess the rest of us.
Yeah.
But I feel like the atmosphere that Sneaky created is still kind of there. We're still a pretty trolly team and like a fun team, so it's definitely still there.
Final question. Look into this camera and make one promise to the C9 fans. Give them one promise that you can, by the end of 2020, give them a promise about Blaber or C9. What are you going to guarantee them?
We're going to win a split this year. I'm hoping for 2.
You heard it. You heard it from the man himself. Thank you, Blaber. Yeah. And if you want more news and highlights, keep it covered right here at ESPN Esports.